Are you part of a non-profit organization, a youth group looking to raise cash for your cause? Stay tuned at the end of this video to learn how you can bring the action and excitement of the Millennium Wrestling Federation to your town live, featuring the superstars and legends of yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
Join WWE and Mattel's efforts in helping the Make-A-Wish Foundation by purchasing this special edition John Cena action figure exclusively at Toys R Us. This WWE Celebrates the Heroes figure was designed by Make-A-Wish child Alex, who had his own wish granted by John Cena. Proceeds from this figure will benefit Make-A-Wish in granting wishes to kids around the globe. The John Cena Make-A-Wish action figure will be available exclusively at Toys R Us stores nationwide beginning August 15th, and you can pre-order yours now at toysrus.com.
This is Mick Foley.
This is Harley Race.
This is Shelton Benjamin.
This is Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
This is the Monster Abyss.
And this is Daniel Bryan.
This is JBL, and you're watching the MWF.
Be there, live.
Wrestling fans from around the corner and around the world, welcome to another installment of Wrestling Insiders from MWF Studios just north of Boston in downtown Melrose, Mass. in the zip code of champions 02176.
Let's run down the 30th WWE SummerSlam live from the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York, Sunday, August the 20th, 2017, before a hot, sold-out crowd for the third consecutive summer in Brooklyn. If you missed SummerSlam, check out our link below. You get 30 days of WWE Network absolutely free. You can enjoy not only SummerSlam, but the white-hot NXT TakeOver Brooklyn, weekly series like WWE NXT and 205 Live, and over 8,000 hours in the archives that includes every pay-per-view in WWE, WCW, and ECW history at the regular price of only $9.99 per month. WWE Network has been an awesome value for millions of fans across the globe. Why don't you join them and check out WWE Network today? The opening contest on the SummerSlam kickoff show began around 5:25 p.m. as the fans were still piling in. There were many more fans outside the building than in it. WWE Intercontinental Champion The Miz, Bo Dallas, and Curtis Axel teamed to defeat the Hardy Boys and Jason Jordan. Jordan was charging Axel and didn't see that The Miz tagged in. Miz snuck in from behind and scored a pin. I like the finish here. It makes sense for the heels to win to build up the Miz-tourage. It looked like there were about 15 people sitting in the crowd when it started. Jordan really tried, but the fans absolutely hate having their intelligence insulted with this Kurt Angle is his dad storyline. Let me tell you something. It's not Jason Jordan's fault. He wound up with that garbage. Hopefully he'll continue to work hard at his craft and make the great potential I see in him as a main event talent a reality. I like Jason Jordan an awful lot. It's a shame that he's stuck in the situation he is right now. Neville defeated WWE Cruiserweight Champion Akira Tozawa to win the title for the second time. It was a short 6-day reign for Tozawa. Solid match here. I liked it. Tozawa just won the title last Monday night on Raw from Boston. Titus O'Neil was of little help to the Titus brand member, as I noted earlier in the week during our SummerSlam preview video. With 205 Live feeling like it's barely alive, I think having a heel champion like Neville is for the best. His work has been excellent since he turned heel last December at the Roadblock pay-per-view. I also hope this isn't going to be the castration of Akira Tozawa. He's really grown on me in recent times. Elias, Don't Call Me Samson, sang a song. Nobody cared. This character is dead in the water. It needs some sort of a tweak. He has great size, a great look. He looks like a tough man, which is something WWE is really missing. But why does he have to sing? Does someone in WWE have a music fetish? The fans got tired of it and turned it into a joke and started singing along with him, cheering him, when he was all but begging for a heel reaction. I thought that was awful. The Usos defeated SmackDown Tag Team Champions The New Day in a match that certainly was far from awful when the Usos hit a double splash off the top rope onto Big E. The match was excellent, as most of the encounters have been between these two teams. I think it would have even been better if Kofi Kingston was involved in the match instead of playing the managerial role at ringside. As I said in our SummerSlam preview show, I don't think the Usos should be losing at this point. It feels like they're building momentum and they're heating up. Their in-ring work is always solid. Their promos are getting better and better. And I'm even a big fan of their new theme song. I think it really adds to what they're doing right now. There are no new tag teams for New Day to defend the titles against on SmackDown. There's far more variety for the Usos, and it's good to see the Usos coming out of this pay-per-view strong. There was a unique Kentucky Fried Chicken commercial up next, featuring Dolph Ziggler donning the Colonel outfit once again, and a variety of superstars fighting in the locker room dressed as the Colonel as well. Shawn Michaels, one of the greatest professional wrestlers of all time, then came out to his theme song dressed as Colonel Sanders. It was different and memorable. I really thought it was a good spot for Kentucky Fried Chicken, certainly one that's going to stick in the memories of the wrestling fans that saw it. In the opening contest on SummerSlam, John Cena defeated Baron Corbin. The match was okay. I've been a big supporter of Baron Corbin as a future top heel in WWE, but in this encounter, something was missing. It didn't seem like he was quite ready to hang with John Cena. The match was fine, but it built a little. Cena pinned him clean in the middle with an attitude adjustment. Very little given to Baron Corbin to make him look good here. Bad week for Baron, losing here and also failing to win the WWE World Championship when he cashed in his Money in the Bank briefcase Tuesday night on SmackDown. Interesting finish here. It appears Cena is headed to Monday Night Raw for the near future. I don't see how that finish helps Corbin at all. I don't see how it helps SmackDown Live. Other than saying that Corbin actually had a match with Cena, it felt like a burial. I'd like to see Baron Corbin come back to SmackDown television angry and wanting to hurt people over the bad week he had. It was time for a bathroom break as Natalya defeated the SmackDown Women's Champion Naomi to win the title. The crowd was dead for this one, which continues to make me believe WWE is over-pushing the women's division right now. Natalya was good as always. She's always very good. She's a strong worker. Doesn't matter if she's a face or a heel. She does so many of the small things right that good workers do. She's a credit to the business in 2017. I hope she's going to be around WWE for the long term. Even when her in-ring career is done, I think she can really, really help the ladies of the future that come to WWE. I don't exactly get excited over seeing Naomi, but I give this lady a lot of credit. She goes out, she works hard, and she's improved so much since the brand extension last July. Carmella and her Money in the Bank briefcase were watching the match on the monitor in the back, but nothing here would say it was time to cash in. Big Cass defeated the Big Show at the Empire Elbow. Enzo Amore was above the ring in the shark cage, and somehow he was able to get out through the bars and jumped into the ring. Fans didn't like it. I thought the match sucked. It was way too long. Cass should have squashed Big Show in a couple of minutes, or maybe in the length of time the Orton-Rusev match we'll speak about in a bit took place. Should have been the end of it real quick to make Cass look strong. Cass is not ready for a singles main event push at this time. He's too green in the ring. No one came out of this match any better or stronger than they did going in. It was awful. At this point, I thought the three matches on the pre-show were better than the pay-per-view portion of the event. As we mentioned, Randy Orton defeated Rusev. Rusev attacked Orton before the bell, and they battled around ringside. Once the bell rang, Orton hit the RKO out of nowhere for an easy pin. This would have been better than anything on the show so far if they gave him time to have the match, but it did get a strong reaction from the fans. They liked it. Orton had some new leather-looking tights made, and his new gear got to be up there for about 30 seconds. I'd expect much more out of this feud, but again, neither guy really came out of SummerSlam any stronger than they were. Perhaps we're going to see an angry, vengeful Rusev on SmackDown. Sasha Banks, who ultimately replaced Bayley, defeated the Raw Women's Champion Alexa Bliss to win the title yet again, as that title bounces around like a ping pong. Bayley got booed out of the building when she was shown on screen giving Sasha a hug before the match. Sasha came out looking like some kind of a giant peacock. Sasha got a very mild reaction, while Alexa Bliss got the superstar pop walking out. The crowd was dead for this women's match as well, for the most part. I don't agree with the finish here at all. Sasha was only lightly crying, as opposed to the buckets of tears we usually get in her big matches. She held up the four fingers a few times, as if she was hinting towards the rumored horsewomen of WWE versus horsewomen of MMA 4-on-4 match, which would certainly make sense for Survivor Series or WrestleMania. I don't mean to be down on Sasha. I like her a lot. She's a nice lady. All she does is work hard, and what she can do is deliver the material presented to her. I only wish the material being presented to her wasn't so repetitive and overpushed that the fan base is going to turn on it. Alexa was hot coming into SummerSlam, and Alexa doesn't look any better coming out of it. As far as Sasha goes, again, the fans were indifferent. Finn Balor defeated Bray Wyatt. It was the return of the Demon King persona for the first time since last year's SummerSlam, when Balor defeated Seth Rollins to become the first WWE Universal Champion, then have to forfeit it the next night on Raw due to injury. The build-up to this match started off interesting, then became nonsense, with Bray Wyatt dumping a bucket of fake blood on Balor. Not only did he dump this bucket of fake blood on Balor, but the announcers were not allowed to even call it fake blood, making it even more pathetic. I'm a big fan of the Bray Wyatt character, his wrestling, his entrance, but his promos to me just feel like he's saying the same thing over and over again. They bore me. I love Finn Balor. I consider him a friend. He competed here in the Millennium Wrestling Federation. I'm happy for all the success he gets. I just wish this match was given a different placement on the show with a slightly different build. Interesting to see if this feud continues headed into No Mercy next month in Los Angeles. I don't think either guy came out of SummerSlam stronger than they were, and that's a real shame because I think WWE really could have got some impact out of this match. Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose defeated the Raw Tag Team Champions Sheamus and Cesaro to win the titles. WWE made the absolute right call here. I was at the WWE live events in Augusta, Maine and Worcester, Massachusetts last weekend, as well as Raw in Boston. The fans were white hot for Rollins and Ambrose together again, and they will be even more so once Roman Reigns joins them. They'll be able to print money at the merchandise stand. Cesaro and Sheamus were great opponents for them here. This is a match fans will remember. For one, Cesaro jumping into the crowd and destroying a beach ball. Got a huge pop for that. I thought that was kind of funny. I guess he did not like the fans thinking they were at a baseball game in the 70s. Rollins hit a springboard Hurricane Rana onto Cesaro, who went flying into Sheamus, allowing Ambrose to recover and use dirty deeds on Sheamus to get the win, and new tag team champions Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. The crowd was going nuts. I hope we'll see much more between these two teams as they had some great chemistry together. You've got to get WWE some credit. Fans are quick to knock it, but think about this. A year ago, Sheamus was dead in the water after a failed run as WWE Champion, followed up by a run in the worst faction in wrestling history known as the League of Nations, then a boring 7-match series with Cesaro. Former Raw General Manager Mick Foley put them together as a team, and they've been very, very solid in their spot over the last 12 months. WWE United States Champion AJ Styles retained over Kevin Owens with special guest referee Shane McMahon. I thought this match was good, maybe not as solid as their Battleground match last month in Philadelphia. Shane kept getting hit accidentally by the two men, including AJ partially landing on him when he hit a springboard 450 onto Owens. Owens thought he had the match won after he hit a pop-up powerbomb, but AJ's leg was on the ropes. Shane called the pin off immediately. The bell never rang, and the match continued. AJ hit the phenomenal forearm and got the 1-2-3. Looks like much more between Owens and Shane going forward, as he'll feel screwed by what happened after he thought he had the pin. And as I noted in our preview show, I think it would make for a strong Survivor Series match if WWE can resist pulling the trigger sooner with Shane and Kevin Owens in a singles match. WWE World Champion Jinder Mahal retained over Shinsuke Nakamura. Nakamura's entrance was really good, and everything from there sucked. The Sings interfered, then Mahal used his finish on Nakamura to get the 1-2-3, pin in the middle. How far will WWE go with Mahal as the champion? You could see more with Nakamura, perhaps, but the only guy that would be fresh on top for Jinder would be the United States champion AJ Styles at this point. SmackDown's next pay-per-view is Hell in a Cell, October the 8th in Detroit, and I really don't see any feud that's Hell in a Cell ready right now as far as grudge matches go. Online, the fans were rough on this one. Once I saw that, I created an interesting poll about Shinsuke, asking if fans like his matches better or they like his entrance better. And the results were 59% said they enjoy his entrance more, 41% said they like the matches more. I see that as a big problem. I don't think either guy came out of SummerSlam any stronger than they were going into it, to say the least. In a wild, spectacular main event, the WWE Universal Champion Brock Lesnar retained the title over Roman Reigns, Samoa Joe, and Braun Strowman in a non-stop brawl. This match saved SummerSlam from being a complete disaster, in my opinion. Strowman continued to lock in a long-term WWE main event spot, destroying absolutely everyone, including Brock Lesnar showing some ass for him to put him over even stronger. Strowman powerslammed Lesnar through 2 announce tables at ringside, then actually picked up and dropped the 3rd announce table on Lesnar, having him be taken out on a stretcher. Unbelievable. How often do you see Lesnar crushed like a child here? Strowman, Reigns, and Joe battled for a bit. Fans picked up on an Undertaker chant as a photo surfaced of Undertaker on a plane. And for whatever reason, fans thought that meant he was going to be returning to WWE action even after a recent surgery. Lesnar came back to the ring like an animal that was grazed by a bullet in the woods. And there you have a WrestleMania match in the waiting between Lesnar and Strowman if you want it. I know the smart money is on Roman, finally getting a 3 count on Lesnar. And there's money in that, but this crowd was white hot for Lesnar Strowman. I sure hope they don't blow through it on a B pay-per-view like No Mercy next month in Los Angeles. After the finish of Roman getting pinned by Lesnar tonight, I certainly believe that Lesnar and Roman will be the main event at WrestleMania 34. I think Roman taking the pin at SummerSlam will play into the build-up at WrestleMania 34. All in all, what can you say? I really liked the main event. Both tag team title matches were great, and I liked AJ and Owens for the U.S. title. Other than that, there was a lot of bad and boring wrestling, neither of which belong on a SummerSlam event in 2017 with the deep roster that WWE has. I have to give this show a thumbs down, as there were times I started to fall asleep during it. Even the great main event couldn't save it for me. But I'll say this, the main event is worth going out of your way to see. It was fantastic. I'm just one man, but those that voted in our Twitter polls at MWF Project X tell a different story. For SummerSlam, it was 52% thumbs up, 31% thumbs in the middle, 17% thumbs down. Which weekend event was better, NXT TakeOver Brooklyn or SummerSlam? It was 65% for NXT TakeOver, 35% for SummerSlam. And what was the best match at SummerSlam? It was 56% for the Universal title, 21% for Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose against Cesaro and Sheamus, 15% for AJ Styles and Kevin Owens, 8% for other. And there you have it, fans. WWE returns to pay-per-view live for the Raw brand No Mercy Sunday, September the 24th at the Staples Center in Los Angeles, California, featuring both Brock Lesnar and John Cena. I hope you get a chance to check out all of the great links we offer over on BostonWrestling.com, and in all of our YouTube videos, you can directly support our efforts to continue to bring you great content. We have a huge fall season coming your way. If you shop on WWEshop.com, Amazon.com, or Walmart.com, use our links. We get a small percentage of your purchase, and it does not increase your cost one penny. Click the link below for a free ride on Uber up to a $20 value. It's a great service I use myself. It has clean cars, friendly drivers, much better than overpriced taxi cabs. The MWF store features some great deals with a wide variety of wrestling merchandise and some great bonus items if you spend $25 or more through the end of the summer. Check it out. We always appreciate your help, fans. Always appreciate the support. Until we speak again, you and yours, be well. The Millennium Wrestling Federation's 15th anniversary tour begins this fall and rolls into 2017 throughout New England, down the East Coast, and into the Carolinas. If your nonprofit organization is looking for an interactive, turnkey experience while putting the fun into fundraising, you've met the perfect tag team partner. MWF offers a variety of packages for groups of almost any size, from our live events at the Boston Garden, the Kowloon Entertainment Dining Complex, and the legendary Suffolk Downs, to high school gyms and function halls. We've presented live events everywhere. Since 2001, the MWF's mission has been simple: keep the kids off the streets. Under the leadership of President Dr. David Reese, we bring the superstars of yesterday, today, and tomorrow to your town, not for a quote-unquote wrestling show, but an event that features action-packed in-ring wrestling, autograph and pose photo opportunities, question and answer sessions, and much more. It is the best of sports and entertainment. The week of your event, we can add on to the endeavor with anti-bullying campaigns, library meet and reads, youth sport concussion seminars, and more. Our live events are fit for fans of every age, from 5 to 95. This fall, as part of our new Kids Club program, we offer live event experiences exclusively for the youngest of fans. On the flip side, we can also produce a tailor-made event for fans of an older demographic as well. We work with you every single step of the way to get the word out to fans near and far, on our local television offerings, and to over 50,000 fans and growing on our social media platform. Your success is our success. If your group has had enough of boring candy bar and wrapping paper sales and has the energy to team with our passionate fan base, bringing the MWF experience to your community is the answer to put smiles on faces while raising cash for your cause. Contact us today to get the ball rolling for your custom-made event that you'll want to bring back year after year. Don't just take it from us. Here are folks we've teamed with in the past.